All right, here we go. I am Kyle Cabral, and I'm the co-creator and co-writer of episode 2, as well as the director of episode 2.
And I'm Curtis Casella, and I'm the co-creator, co-writer, and the editor of this episode. And we start off we originally wrote these episodes 1 and 2 as one single episode.
And we decided to split them later on.
We didn't want them to be too long. We thought that would turn people off. There were a lot of things that we did to entice people to these episodes. Like, we settle on a shirtless Cole.
Yeah, I'm always shirtless at some point in every episode.
Except the 4th episode. No one's shirtless in that episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're up already. It is 11 o'clock.
He's actually playing my DS there, pretending to play my DS.
So that's why you were so dressed
That's so
up.
funny.
Daren, it was just an interview.
I remember having to open things and move things
Oh,
around as softly as I
yeah.
could in the kitchen to not blow out the sound.
We actually reshot this scene too. We changed. It wasn't working when we originally shot it, and this is like a really tough scene. We decided we wrote this kind of like as an experiment. There's a lot of tension between. Daren has a lot of thoughts about what's going on in his life, and he's kind of putting them on Cole. And so instead of Cole arguing for himself, we have Daren arguing with Rebecca on Cole's behalf. And that was our way of kind of showing. The subtext is that Daren is feeling these things too.
Yeah.
We need to plan ahead for a change like this. What about food, transportation?
And then we have this. We
Yeah,
have
and
this
we have
joke
this
with Charlie.
great little eye roll interaction with Charlie.
Yeah, I love this line.
What was your plan?
I just wanted a glass of water.
Oh, that's when Sarah
One
tripped.
take, she tripped.
In one take, she stumbled. We just heard these footsteps crashing, and everyone was like, "What happened?" And none of us thought to go check to see if she was okay.
She survived. She survived. She made it to episode 3. I love the lighting in this too. Somehow Dan Chen, who's our cinematographer, is just a master at shooting with natural lighting.
Yeah, he really made it work.
And he did the color grading of this too. So it's kind of like people described it as like Instagram filtered was the aesthetic.
Which was not our intention, but I guess that's
our
kind
intention
of
was pastels.
yeah, kind of. It was colorful, but not too vibrant.
Yeah, like a little bit fantastical.
Yeah.
And I think this was we were trying to show in this scene. We had a very a difficult line to walk with Rebecca. We didn't want her to come across as bitchy, but we wanted her to come across as very
Responsible and well-meaning.
and like she's opinionated,
She's very opinionated. Yeah.
and I think some people reacted to her as and described her as kind of bitchy, but to be honest, I think that says a little bit more about our views of women who
have their shit together.
than it does hopefully about Paper Boys. That's not to say that we weren't perfect, but
She's a boss, not a bitch.
and so we got we got a lot of advice when we were making Paper Boys, and one of the things that people told us was make it short. Another thing they said was make it funny. Another thing people said was have every scene something needs to happen, and we ignored almost all of that advice. We made a
We just went with our
dramedy.
gut.
We made a 12-minute long episode, and we put a funky montage in the middle of the second episode.
Well, you were worried about this montage. We really wanted to do this montage.
I love this.
We
I love this part.
Because we were inspired by, at least you were inspired by Lost in Translation, especially with this music.
Yeah,
And we really wanted to put the montage in because we wanted to
we wanted San
showcase
Francisco to be
San
a city. San Francisco to be a character.
Yeah, we wanted San Francisco to be a character. I love the second episode because of this montage, because of how we were able to explore the city and kind of just incorporate this feeling of whimsy in the middle of all this drama, and that's kind of the flavor of San Francisco often.
And this particular scene, I think these shots are like we use them in all of our marketing because I wish it had been. Sometimes I wish it had been sunny, but I actually think that I love this scene.
Yeah, no, the overcast fogginess of it is definitely very San Francisco.
Like the Golden Gate disappearing into the fog in the background.
Or just the fact that it was like sunny when we were in downtown, but then all of a sudden overcast.
Which
when we
is
were
typical San Francisco weather.
Very, very typical. So.
And here we have another point where, so, you know, we have a lot of disappointment with Cole, and we learned something new in this scene, which is a reason that I really like this. And Kyle, you and Dan decided to shoot this in French overs.
Yes. Yeah.
So that we actually, I don't know if you know this, but when I was editing, this drove me crazy that you chose to use French overs, because I was like, oh my God, there are so many good reactions on their faces that we're not seeing. But I think it gives us a little bit of distance from them. They're like a little bit closed off, especially Cole, which is I think it works. And then we also get to see what the background, like I think it actually was a really good decision.
Yeah, if we were facing the other way, we would have seen nothing, really. The mountains, maybe, I guess?
Yeah.
Not Central Park, God,
Golden Presidio. Presidio.
I'm on the other side of the continent now. I have no family here. I'm here.
I love that. And then there's me.
Curtis and my best friend Brad. He helped us too.
And we had to put the balloons on fishing wire so we could reel them back in and do multiple takes.
Do not pollute. We probably would have been arrested.
Yeah. That took a couple of takes. And we got Charlie. Where's the frisbee?
Go to Alamo Square, watch the sunset?
Daren, you know it would never work between us.
Ah,
And that's our West Side Story. We had to have a gay reference.
all right, calm down.
I totally forgot that was there.
Seriously, it is beautiful.
We were lucky to get Nathan to play Daren, because he and I had really good chemistry right off the bat, and we just like played off each other very naturally.
Where the fuck is this frisbee?
Oh, and that was our Pixar reference, was in that last scene.
Oh yes,
We wanted to make a
up.
reference to Pixar in each episode.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, so these scenes, all of the dialogue that we
Iron
recorded
Blood.
in these scenes, we recorded afterwards. It was so windy that we could not get any clean dialogue. It took us weeks to get everything recorded because, you know, we're super low budget, self-funded. So we had to record all of this dialogue in parks. Or my backyard, actually. I think you recorded your dialogue in our backyard.
Yeah.
So, like, Daren and Cole weren't even in the same... None of these characters were in the same room as we were re-recording this dialogue. I think it's okay. I really wish that we had gotten dialogue on set, but sometimes you get the cards that are dealt to you.
It still works very well because the visuals themselves
beautiful.
just really, really make this scene and the end of this episode so unique and fresh feeling. Like, I mean, like I said it already, but episode 2 is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite, just because of the locations that we shot at and how we showed the locations.
Yeah.
Like, I am very heavily inspired by Miyazaki, so I wanted to have the sky and the clouds very present and all this greenery and this nature present, and we were just really able to do that, especially in this scene.
Yeah. Now we introduce one of our last main characters, Max.
He's moving here. He's straight. I'm Daren.
This was actually the last scene that we filmed too. Last scene of episode 2 was the last scene that we filmed. We filmed episodes 1 and 2 back to back, and this was how actually I guess we did reshoots after this, so it wasn't the last scene.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What was the last scene?
I don't remember. This was the last scene, wasn't it?
Of the original shoot, but we did reshoots.
Oh,
So
gosh, I don't
I think the last scene might have been the bathroom scene.
Oh, yes, because we decided to add that.
Yeah.
And even though the wind was like totally fucking up our sound, like
It makes everything
look what
look-
it's doing to my hair, like, and to Darren's hair. Like, it just gives the whole a better sense of whimsy and it kind of like releases this tension that's been building up.
It's magical.
It's
Yeah. And we so I think Kyle, I remember you couldn't be awkward enough in this. You had to like actually like you were like I just can't be awkward. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. And I was like, just listen to me a couple of times and you'll listen to any of my interactions and you'll get used to being awkward.
I didn't really know how to be awkward because usually I just kind of like smile and act appropriately, I guess.
Okay, cool. Bye. Nice to meet you, Max.
And then we lead up to my favorite sequence, and
Yes.
probably
My
second
favorite
favorite
shot.
sequence in the paper in the whole.
I love this shot. Oh my god.
And then the music. This music is amazing. This is Mitchell Collins, who was our second composer. He came in after Derek had commitments and he couldn't compose. And this is. I actually get emotional when I listen to this song. I think it's like tied up into.
I love this shot.
Yeah, this shot.
The soft backlighting from the sun. And then like flipping back through the sketchbook.
And we end on this that started it all, the sketch that got everything in motion.
That look back.
I love this shot.
Yeah.
I
I
love
remember
this
you were
music.
very concerned about us not making this moment work where the sketch would match the image of us in the park. But it worked so perfectly. And I think when that moment happened, when that worked, like we
Yeah.
were just like, yes,
This
is
is
it.
and then as soon as we heard this music, I was like, this episode is amazing. And we actually thought I really wanted to have like a skyline view
ending
at the
skyline
end,
shot.
and we had to figure out a way that would motivate it. And so having them walk past camera and settling, I wish it had been a little bit sunnier, but
But again, it all just kind of works naturally. Like
yeah.
despite our ideal like imaginings of what we wanted it to be, San Francisco had its own plan in mind, and it kind of just worked for the show. And
Yeah, and we're so lucky that this all worked out. Like and we're lucky. I think that this is how we ended our second episode.
Yeah.
It made me want to do more. It made me more excited about this.
Yeah.
God, the series is off center. That drives me crazy.
Well, continue on to episode 3. Continue watching. We got more to say.
Yep.
Bye.